And sometimes that happens, Hayes. It's not a great feeling when you rock up at the ground and you open your bag and you, oh, forgot to pack my shirts.
Plenty of edges in this test match. Expecting a reasonable crowd today, half price to come in, so if you're in the vicinity and you want to watch some intense test match cricket, get down here to Supersport Park. Good to see people turning up nice and early for this, because it's going to be fun. Lovely line from Mohamed Abbas again.
I think of the 2 hours session that we've got, Hayes. The scoring rate, South Africa were 4 and over in their first innings. Pakistan basically just over 3.5 and then just under 4. So if you go on an average, let's go on an average of 4. It'll probably be 25 overs bowled, which means South Africa would get close to scoring 100 runs if they play as the game has unfolded. So we probably will end up going to lunch. But where will we be at that moment in time? Will South Africa try and force the issue? Can they try and score a little bit quicker? I know Aiden Markham's got that ability for sure.
Temba was very patient in the first innings, and he would have been annoyed that he got out on 31 after doing all the hard work. He is always patient at the start, so it's going to be 2 different styles from these batsmen for South Africa. Both very fine players. Temba's been the form player of the national team.
This is how he got out in that first innings, just pushing away from that body. He's normally so watchful just outside that off stump, and I think that's where Pakistan will continue to focus. They don't want to come too straight. When it comes straight, he plays lovely straight down the line. But every once in a while, when it's just a little bit wider, he allows those hands to get away from the body and goes after it.
That's a little bit leg side. And that's picked that gap of those 2 men short perfectly, and it's gone for 4. That'll feel pretty good in the first over for Bavuma.
Yeah, on cue, that's where you want to stay away from with Temba Bavuma. Strong to the leg side, likes to go and bat on the off stump and then just backs himself. If it's too straight, I'm going to get bat on ball. That one comfortably sliding down the leg side, and the timing was there. Nice way to get himself off the mark and get the day going.
It's interesting, these field placings. They got a short mid wicket and they've got a leg gully as well, so surely with that field placing they're going to be looking to bowl straight rather than consistently pound away that channel. There's the 2 men, the leg gully, the left, and short mid-wicket to the right. This bounced a little bit more, came back a fraction as well, so Seam, with the ball only 10 overs old, is present. 31 for 3.
Yeah, look at the wrist position there. He's not looking to shake that one. Abbas is looking to nip that one back. Much very similar, wide on the crease, very similar to what we saw him do to Tristan Stubbs yesterday, and when he picked up one of his wickets.
So last night Mohamed Abbas bowled Fuller. Let's look at the revised session times, by the way. We're just a little bit longer each session in the first 2. 15 minutes longer each of those. Abbas bowled Fuller, bowled fuller than the 6 metre mark from the base of the stumps, whereas Shazad operated around about 6 to 7, but he swung the ball a lot. 2.7 degrees maximum swing last night from Karam Shazad. That's bottom edge, and it's gone nice and fine. Coming back for 2.
Marker might have had his heart in his mouth there for a brief second. First delivery of the day, you're kind of trying to get back to the feel you had yesterday before the close of play. He sees a short and wide one, thinks, okay, I can cash in, but then gets the inside edge. And at that stage, you just hope it doesn't go back onto the stumps. When he looks and sees it's going down to fine leg, you would have been relieved and happy that he could charge 2 for 2.
Terrific, nice swing, nice work. He was very good, Markram, in letting those go consistently when he batted so well in the first innings.
Yeah, that was a nice delivery, Hayes. And you do think if Pakistan bowled every single delivery with that amount of shape, landing it on that area for the rest of the day from the side, from the pavilion end, there's no doubt they would win the test match. It's just whether they've got the patience and the control to keep probing away and not giving South Africa anything to score and make it easy for them.
Operating with 3 slips. A little bit tighter on the body that time, eased away for a single. Comfortably done by Markram. Hello, Maurice.
Hello, hello. Good morning, good day, wherever you are. South Africa need partnerships, one good one, to see them through. Can that happen? Because this game is now got to do with your ability to think and play well under pressure.
That's where they are at the moment. That slips cordon's just been strengthened too. An extra slip has gone in, so 4 now for Bavuma.
Different techniques for both batsmen. Bavuma stays in the crease, doesn't move much, plays from the crease mostly, whereas Markram is quite keen to be more on the front foot, and then he adjusts to the height, to the variable bounce, because he's what, 6'2". Yeah, focus will be on runs to win for both sides.
Yeah, Pakistan would really like to break this partnership inside that first 30 minutes. That's something that both teams sort of talked about. First up, there's that head turn around to the bowler. Oh, that's a beauty. That is a terrific delivery from Karim Shazad.
Yeah, seam position, great one. Absolutely great delivery, and well played in the end by Bavuma. He didn't really go chasing at that one also. Played inside the line.
Short and wide, and he's got that away, but there is protection. Just the one. 35 for 3.
For South Africa, it's like driving well in stormy conditions. 4th Test match, Melbourne, Australia versus India. What a Test match we are witnessing. Australia had to fight back after having a lead of 100 plus.
I suppose the biggest surprise is Nathan Lyon.
All cover drives, apparently. Okay, maybe not true. So 2 great Test matches on the go at the moment. One here and one at the MCG. Both on Super Sport. So what an opportunity to clock in and watch some really cricket. A bus again. Oh, not quite. We had just a disturbance behind the bowler's arm, actually. Bavuma didn't like that, so he pulled away. There was over an inch of rain overnight here. And it's quite humid, quite steamy with the grass. Shot from the buggy cam.
He was moving into the South Street. That's why they was buggy cam. It was the fault. Buggy cam was moving into the South Street. That's what they
So, Paulie, would you bowl more in-swingers to a player like Bavuma or out-swingers? And the length? Pitch it up, driving length?
Well, I think to Temba, what we've seen in the past is if you are too straight, he kind of deals with it nicely, but will be caught every once in a while pushing outside the off. I like what Abbas is doing here. He's coming from wide, and then he's trying to shape it away, saying, come on, Temba, drive at me. And then every once in a while, he changes it and looks to just nip it back. So I like his plan. It's just how long he can be patient for, and if he can keep asking the questions.
It's a little bit tighter, and that one may be just coming back a fraction.
He's got protection at mid-wicket, which is a good post to have, because it stops the singles, also stops the boundaries in case you drift on the pads. There's no gully for Bavuma, and with Abbas's pace, I think he doesn't probably need a gully also. He's not that quick. So 3 slips would do the job perfectly. It's a good field set.
Yeah, I think we saw yesterday what Pakistan did really well was bring the stumps into play. 3 LBWs, that's the form of dismissal for South Africa in the second innings.
Field placing for bowling straight at that, with those guys short. Moment with Temba Bavuma. If they're going to bowl that line, I think they'd do well to maybe move one of those guys to a gully.
Yeah, I'm not that concerned about it, Hayes. I think with his control, Abbas shouldn't really slide anything down. And what he wants to do is every time he comes straight, he wants Temba Bavuma to think, I can't just whoop this to the leg side with confidence, because if I don't get over it, I'm going to chip it in the air. So he just wants to put that in his mind and then just keep holding his length. Don't be too full.
There's a little noise, certainly a noise. Bavuma's going nowhere. He's back a couple of paces, actually, and Alex Wharf has said not out. They were good yesterday with DRS. They're going again.
Once again, it's Rizwan who doesn't seem that interested, to be brutally honest. And he was spot on. I don't know if you remember the review where one of the batters missed it by half a foot. But they are going to go upstairs.
A big noise, but no movement from Bavuma.
TV umpire to director, we have a player review for court. On-field decision is not out. Check both feeds. It's a fair delivery. You can go to front on replay. Okay, I can see the ball is brushing the trouser. Would like to see the ultra edge. Clear gap between bat and the ball. No flat line as ball past the bat. I'm not going for the LBW. It's very high, too high. So you can stay with your original decision. Not out, Alex. You're on the screen.
That is a seriously good decision by Alex Wharf. There was a lot of appealing going on, but Bavuma was he took 2 steps back. Rizwan wasn't sure either. He's flicking that back leg pocket.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, Hayes? I mean, all of us played our cricket pre-DRS, and you can think of those dressing rooms at lunchtime and tea time and close of play where discussions would have unfolded about, he definitely nicked that one, there's no doubt. And then you have a look at the footage, and there's a noise, and everyone in the slip court, if you asked 80% of the Pakistan players, he definitely hit that. And if he'd gone into the change room with no replays, with no TV footage, with no close-ups, they would have been convinced. It's amazing how it has changed the game. And also shown up players as to how often they can be wrong with regards to appeals and going up for caught behinds.
Yeah, it was a loud tick. Straight with the last ball of the over. Good stuff from Mohammad Abbas. That was a maiden, 35 for 3. Can I look at that? Let's look at the ICC World Test Championship. South Africa, of course, need to win one of these 2 test matches. India, with the situation in Australia at the moment, if India lose that test match, they are out of contention. So that's the situation for them. That's why it was so important that Reddy batted so brilliantly for India, because it certainly gave them some hope. And at one stage, it looked like India might be chasing 250. Some catches went down. Jaiswal put a couple of catches down. I think it was 3 in total that he put down. Punched away. Back at a square on the offside.
Yeah, Australia 333 ahead, Hazy, and normally they would probably look to declare before the close of play and have a go at India and see if they can pick up a wicket or 2. But they know that India need to win So no matter what they leave them, you get the feeling India are going to go for it. Even if it's 350 and 80 overs, they're definitely going to try and go for it. So it should be some fascinating view down under. If you wake up early, you can catch it all on Supersport.
You've seen discipline from both sides. Pakistan banking on that line around that off stump, and Bavuma and his partner Markram very keen to let them go.
Who's going to give in first, Ramis? That's the key.
Who's going to
it?
blink first?
Yeah. As a batter, you watch it go by, and you think, well, if there's one I recognise, I'll try and hit it. And then sometimes you're desperate to recognise something that you end up going after one that's actually not there. Bowling wise, you can follow line and length, and then you kind of get a little bit bored and say, well, should I try something different?
I mean, it's a small sample size of 16 minutes, but we haven't seen the ball to misbehave so far. So there's been sideways movement, but nothing up and down so far. But having said that, batsmen need to understand the value of occupying the crease and making sure that every ball is like the last ball they'll face. Because you can never be in on a surface like this. Anything can happen. So that's the challenge. Not to lower your guard.
Well, we haven't seen anything misbehave from the pitch perspective so far. Certainly has been some swing with the humidity out there, and the ball's still nice and new, and of course the ability.
যারা অনলাইন থেকে ফ্রিতে ইনকাম করতে চান তারা কমেন্টে থাকা লিংকে ক্লিক করুন। আপনারা সবাই ফ্রিতে ইনকাম করতে পারবেন। সবাই কমেন্টে থাকা লিংকে ক্লিক করে কাজ করুন। ধন্যবাদ। যারা অনলাইন থেকে ফ্রিতে ইনকাম করতে চান তারা
Try to convince yourself that you're good enough really to last the distance.
Nicely worked. Just ticking over this scoreboard at the moment, making sure they're sharing the pressure out there in the middle of the South Africans. They're not getting too much from the Pakistan bowlers, that's for sure. They're on point. Really nice to see this crowd turning up. 50% off for this day 4 today. Everyone aware in South Africa of how important a victory would be for South Africa. Of course, it's enormously important for Pakistan too, because they haven't won here at Supersport Park previously. They haven't had too many victories in South Africa. Oh, that kept low, and that's superbly played. He thought he might have had a chance there, but that's great adjustment from Aiden.
जो लोग मुफ्त ऑनलाइन कमाई करना चाहते हैं वे कमेंट बॉक्स में दिए गए लिंक पर क्लिक करें और हर कोई मुफ्त में कमाई कर सकता है। तुरंत टेलीग्राम डाउनलोड करें और काम करें। धन्यवाद। जो लोग मुफ्त ऑनलाइन कमाई करना चाहते हैं वे कमेंट बॉक्स में दिए गए लिंक पर क्लिक करें और हर कोई मुफ्त में कमाई कर सकता है। तुरंत टेलीग्राम डाउनलोड करें और काम करें। धन्यवाद। जो लोग
And bowl at hard length as well, so batsmen could neither be properly forward or back. So close escape, that one keeping low, but wonderfully well played.
Good today. Now, if they happen to get a sniff, Nelson on the board. They get a sniff and pick up a wicket, they'll go crazy. Pakistan, they'll be on top of everything. Conversely, of course, if South Africa can keep them nice and quiet for a little bit longer, they would have talked about the first half hour, I presume. They want to see off this new ball spell from both these guys, Karim Shahzad and Mohammad Abbas.
There's a deep point in place for Bavuma. I think that fielder could be asked to come in and join the party in the ring. Maybe have him at catching position at point, just to exert more pressure, because they're obviously not looking for boundaries at this stage.
Your point's valid, Rose. That's the kind of shot they want him to play. So I understand that they want the protection back so that these 111 or 110 runs take absolutely forever. But just initially, when they first walk to the crease, they haven't got the pace of the surface, they haven't worked things out, aren't as comfortable as they could be. Just say to them, if you just knock it through this infield, you've got yourself a boundary to get yourself underway. And maybe they make a mistake, brings the slips into play.
Also, you'd like to bowl more deliveries at one batsman. So that spoils the fun for you when an easy single is conceded at deep point.
Yeah, and when it's been a good ball, when it's just been worked away.
Battery low.
Moving nicely, Aidan Markham, he played really well in that first innings. Often it's a sign when a batsman's calling early and loud and confidently that he's feeling good. He seems to be in good flow with his game right now.
They say that taught actually at school level, I don't know whether it's done here, that every time you stop the ball, you say loudly yes or no, because it sort of takes out the nervousness out of the system.
It's a good leave.